Hello, welcome back to another video. I have a problem trying to figure out how to name this video, so I'm just gonna try to wing it and see if it fits under any particular category. One of the things that caught my attention in the early 80s when I was buying comic books off the rack was Gru. I was a big fan of Gru right off the bat because I thought it was just so cool. It was neat, it was bizarre, it was funny, and it was different. That's the best way I can describe why I bought Gru. It was so different from anything else on the shelf, but when I first saw it, I did not see the books grew when it was at Pacific Comics, but when Marvel launched the title in the mid 80s, I definitely was there to pick up the first issue, and I picked up, I think, like the first 4 or 5 years. I wish I have those books to show and to talk about because I get them all way a few years back, but I keep hearing a few people mentioning Gru on YouTube, so I figure why not let's talk about Sergio Aragones or Aragones. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, but here is actually the first work of Sergio back in 68. I think this is 68. Not sure exactly when. 68, yeah. Back in 68, he was a writer. He did a couple writing assignment for DC, most notably the intro of Backlash in Showcase 76. And then he also wrote the first few issues of Backlash, the series. I have those books also. In fact, this book as well as the entire Backlash series came from David collection. I bought the Western, as I mentioned in previous videos. I bought the Westerns and horrors, DC horrors books from David together. But at the same time I bought these books, I also bought something interesting. Let me show you what it is. Okay, so these books actually are drawn by Nick Cardy. One of these days I need to do a showcase on Nick Cardy because I think he's quite fantastic. But when I bought these books, David mentioned and showed me another series that I have never seen before, and I thought it looked so bizarre that I told him to go ahead, throw them in the box too, and I will give him some money for it. And he was quite surprised because he thought they were like some of the silliest thing he ever bought. But I said, well, why not? Put them in there. And years later, when I actually went through it, it was quite a surprise to find out what they were. But let me show you. It was the plot. As you can see, look at this. Beautiful book. Basil Wolverton, okay? This beautiful covers. When he first mentioned of this series, I have never heard of it, and then he showed me some pictures, and I was just like, wow, that looked wacky. But why not? You know, for a few bucks more, throw them in a box. I buy them, and it's hard to explain what the heck this book is. You know, I mean, I don't understand how DC decided to put something out like this, but all of these books, here's issue 1, gorgeous, beautiful red. I just love the intricate drawing that Basil put, you know, crazy drawing, you know, I mean, and all these books have double covers because the back is also a full drawing, as you can see right there. Okay. And at first I didn't pay attention to who drew the inside, but you know, as the years pass, I realized that Sergio was an artist to many of the books, at least the first dozen issues or so. But there are a lot of quite, I guess, famous people that contribute to this series. I'm not sure what's the purpose of this series is, but it's sure, you know, I call it DC Underground because it is so weird and wacky. But as you can see, some of the story is actually pretty fun to read. I got, you know, this one here is by Sergio, The Escape. Okay, so you can see here, this is actually his first drawing job, I believe. You know, if I'm wrong, go ahead and correct me, but let's take a look. This is what Sergio drawing looked like before he did Gru. It's actually pretty cool. You know, what drawn me to Sergio's style was the simplistic, raw way that he drew everything. You know, it's hard to explain it. You know, for me, it's very simple, very raw, and I can't find a better word to describe it. But it's real. You know, it's just so unique. I liked it. You know, it's definitely not for everybody. So I wouldn't put Sergio as an artist that is underappreciated. I have no idea how much people like him or not. I just know that I liked it. I liked his style. What's neat about these books is, for all of them, okay, they have the double covers, which is cool. They all have the frame that you see here. They use exact frame, and none of them have any ads. Okay, it's like a DC Underground where, you know, most advertiser at the time probably say, oh, this is just too weird, we are not going to advertise in this book because it's not gonna last, it's a waste of money, nobody's gonna buy it. But so for all of these books, you have stories and art all the way through, even on the last page. Look at that, see, look, there's no ads. Here's a teaser, look at that. Do you recognize who? Look at this style. Bernie Wrightson. Bernie Wrightson actually did a bunch of short story for this series. So someday when I do a Bernie Wrightson showcase, I will bring out these books again. But there was a lot of famous people that contribute to this book. So that's my number one. Number two, like I said, they're all pretty cool. I'm just gonna do it quick. I don't want to take too long with this video, but for hopefully there are fans of Basil out there that will enjoy his crazy drawings. Look at that. Now, if you're a fan of Sergio and Basil, I think you would enjoy this book. So I highly recommend going on eBay and find these books. Are so cheap, you know, even in high grades, nobody wants them. You know, it's definitely not for everybody. You know, the fanboy that enjoy the superhero stuff is not gonna like this stuff. But I think people like Terrence, Spiro, Mr. A, Blake, people that enjoy mini comics and underground comics, you guys might enjoy this stuff. Here's number three. Look at this. Beautiful colors and crazy drawing. Look at that. You know, so like I said, these came from the collection of David. So this is what probably, next to number one, this is probably my second favorite. The purple is just insane. It's a gorgeous book. I just absolutely love the design of the cover. So cool. And there's a lot of people that contribute to this book. See, you have Sergio, Nick Cardy, Frank Robbins, Basil. Like I said, it's very simple. The art is simple, but good. You know, you can see it right here. It's Nick Cardy right here, and you can see it changes. There are so many little short stories in every issues. Nothing more than 3 or 4 pages. See that Nick Cardy went basically 3 pages, and then it's back to Basil. Like I said, it is a funny book, at least for me. You know, so it was not a surprise for me to enjoy these books because, like I said, if you enjoy Guru, you enjoy Sergio's style of writing, humor in Guru, definitely I think you will find these books very interesting. Let's see what the back cover look like. Crazy. Look at that. Like I said, I'm not sure how the heck DC decided to put out something like this. No ads whatsoever. Shockingly, it lasted like 20 something issues. The run that I bought from David went from 1 to something like 13 or 14. I can't remember, but here you go. Here's the other issues. I didn't want to take them all out because the video would be way too long. But as you can see, this is one of my favorite right here too. Look at this one. Crazy. They all have beautiful colors, you know. Before I go, let's take a look at this one. This is issue number 7. Gorgeous. It's like a pinkish red cover. Look at this crazy drawing. I can sit here and stare at these pictures for a long time because they are so bizarre. And this book here has, of course, a lot of Sergio. I think issue 7 had the most amount of Sergio drawing in it. Let's see if I can find something interesting. You see this? Manic. This is some of his earliest work. I think this is the first book that contained some drawing by Manic. I wonder if you guys recognize who that is. Let me see if I can get to that Manic story, if I can find it. They actually have the fan page. People actually was sending in letters, but that's it. No other ads, as you can see. Here we go. Manic, David Manic. This is his first piece of work, and if the name did not ring any bell, he's the guy that drew the Marvel book Alf, the alien. That's him. He went on to do quite a few books, but I think his most recognized work, David Manic, is Alf #1, that crazy silly book. But anyhow, that's my short showcase on DC Underground. You know, for what it's worth, I think that's the best category to put this video in because it has a little bit of Basil, a little bit of Sergio, and a whole lot of craziness. Thanks for watching. Bye.